Welcome to IDX TV. I'm your host, Avijah Scarbrough, and we're here at the WMX Americas event in Miami. I'm joined by Catherine Graham, the Executive Vice President of North America with APG. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. This is fabulous.
Tell us a little bit about your journey getting to APG.
So I was invited to join APG, the North American chapter, about 3.5 years ago, to build it really from scratch. So I started it from my kitchen table and then went to the office and set that all up in New York City. And 3.5 years in, and this is where we're at. So it's been a terrific journey so far.
Wow, and you have had so much success since then. What has it taken to gain that kind of success?
A lot of it has just been having a task going in when we opened, which was sort of to dominate the Australian lane in the e-commerce business, tick that box, set up and get a great team to work with us at APG that were excited about e-commerce and the logistics business and space. So I think a lot of that was great. And also we're backed by, our main mothership, if you'd like to call it that, is Australia Post. So having that security and backing and support of the Australian Post was really terrific to help grow the business to where it is today,
So you're focusing on North America. What does success here in North America look like, and what are you doing to achieve that?
What does success look like in North America? Well, our market here is it's a challenging market. There's a lot of people playing in the space of e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce. I think you really have to try to separate yourself from the crowd and make sure that your product offerings are on point to really what the customers are looking for. And again, I think when you're a company that is agile, quick to decision making, listening to your customers is really one of those elements of success to really take you where you need to go.
And what is the customer experience like?
Well, I would say part of our value proposition is our customer service. The most talked about point when we have follow-ups with new customers and our current customer base, the compliments that we receive on the end-to-end customer experience is part of the reason that we continue to invest in that and invest in the people that participate in that role within the company. We do hypercare with customers when they first start with us. That's an 8-week process that allows us as well to communicate with the customers where we see opportunities that we might be able to help them think differently about their supply chain, cut their costs within their supply chain. So there's different parts to it than the customer service and the people. I keep going back to the people, but it's so important because you develop the relationships with the customers, Right. They're on the ground, they're the ones communicating daily, good or bad news. But the customer service makes our customers look good,
Right. And companies like Amazon have had huge success being customer obsessed or customer focused. So that's a great strategy. What are your predictions for the future coming up?
Predictions for the future now that we're on the tail end of COVID, let's say, right? So how the market looks, everybody has their ideas of what it should look like to the reality of it, I think sometimes. But we're starting to see now the market stabilize to a place that it was. Not quite there yet, I have to say, but pre-COVID. And the expectations are that we'll have more capacity, that companies such as ourselves will be able to give those, rates and transit times and everything that the customers really want to concentrate on, that we'll be able to give back to them what it used to look like prior to COVID. Well, that's part of the goal, but sometimes those goalposts change depending on what's going on in the market, external and internal,
So can you tell us a few of your big focuses in 2023 and 2024?
Sure. Well, APG is a global company. We have really concentrated on developing, from a strategic standpoint, our plug-and-play model globally. So if you're a customer of ours, a lot of our customers are global customers. So the customer care and the products they receive in North America will be the same. It will be the same experience, whether it be in Asia and whether it will be in Europe. Our market in North America varies a little differently because we're more of a wholesale model, whereas in Europe, for example, it's more SME, those small and medium enterprises. But there's a big focus on growth. We've passed now in 3.5 years, we're past this startup phase of business. We're in more of the growth model. So that's a big focus on us to continue to grow, and also here in North America, continue our expansion and grow the business we have into Canada, the business that we have into Mexico, the business that we have into Latin countries as well.
So what's your goal when you come to an event like this? What do you hope to achieve?
It's all about seeing the customers, honestly. It's a face-to-face, everybody in the same place, socializing with them a little bit as well, but listening to them and what their new goals are, what are their goals, and how are we going to adjust to that accordingly, and how fast can we adjust to what their goals are to help them reach their goals. That's really the focus of being here, is the face-to-face meetings with the customers.
And what do you think of a platform like ours being here?
I'm very impressed with IDX, and especially with APG being involved with IDX. IDX I look on more as an enabler. It's an enabler. There's only a certain amount of people that are coming to these conferences, right? So you want to be able to get to the masses. And having a platform such as IDX is an enabler to do that, to get to all of those that are not here. Because there's many conferences to pick from. There's a lot of conferences kind of talking about the same thing out there, and not everybody can go to every single one. But IDX is allowing other people to see what the conference is about, what the caliber of people are about that are here, and the customer bases that are here, as well as the providers.
Well, that's our goal.
Yeah.
So if there's one message that you can get out to all the attendees here, what would that be?
Well, obviously, I'm going to pitch APG on that one, but I think it's just to remember that we love what we do. We're agile, our ears to the ground, we hear you, and it's all about making you look good to your customer. And and we have the energy for it as well. I think it's a good company to place your business in.
That's beautiful. And for our last question, I have to say Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
What do you love most about your job?
What do I love most? I love, it's not a job, it's a way of life. I love that I've been in it from day one. I have built it. I have a terrific team that work with me, and I like to get up in the mornings and go to work, and I like the challenges that it brings with it as well, working in this industry that is so competitive and always trying to stay ahead of the trend and be involved with all the customers face-to-face as well. I like the human aspect of it as well.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Have a wonderful rest of your time here. We'll let you get going.
Thank you. Thank you so much.